Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Bird Festival of Goa, which is celebrating its 8th edition out here in the state of Goa. And of course, we are at the inaugural ceremony, which is being held at the International Center of Goa. I'm with Preeti out here for Doordarshan Goa. And Preeti, feels good to be out here this evening.
हय म्हाकाय बी आनी एलरॉय हे आमचे 8वें बर्ड फेस्टिवल जे जावन आसा दोनापावल हांगा पणजे इंटरनॅशनल सेंटरान आनी हे बर्ड फेस्टिवल 3 दीस जातले जितले बर्ड पळोवपी आनी जितले मोगी आसा पर्यावरण ते तितले हांगा आयिल्ले आसा गोंयान हे 3 दीस त्यांची फूल मजा आसतली हे बर्ड फेस्टिवल पळोवपाक आनी जायते एक्सपर्ट्स सुद्दां हांगा बर्ड फेस्टिवलाक आयिल्ले आसा आनी तुमी हेची मजा घेवपाक शकता.
Yes, folks, if you can imagine that we're going to be having 3 days of a wonderful times out here in the Kotigaon, which is going to be on the 18th and the 19th, and of course the inaugural ceremony happening on the 17th today.
8व्या बर्ड फेस्टिवलान आमकां कितें पळोवपाक मेळटलें जाणा तुमी डिफरंट टायप तरेतरेचे पक्षी जे आतां आमकां पळोवपाक मेळना आनी तेंच्यो जाती प्रजाती काही पक्षी असे असतात जे भायल्या देशांतल्यान हेवटेन आयिल्ले असता काही आमकां दिश्टी बी पडना पूण ते आमी वळखूं शकना पूण तेंच्या बद्दल तेंची म्हायती करून दिवपाक तेंचो आवाज ते कशे तरेन उलयता त्याच भायर तेंकां कसलीं झाडां आवडटा ह्यो सगळ्यो गजाली आमकां ह्या बर्ड फेस्टिवलान दिश्टी पडटल्यो.
Well, folks, over the next 3 days, get ready for experts on the panel who will be providing you with valuable insights about the avian distribution of birds out here in Goa, along with the biodiversity that Goa has to offer. It's a free event, so come on down with family and friends to the Kotigaon Wildlife Sanctuary. Right from the early mornings till the late evenings, there's lots on offer for everyone.
3 दीस चलपी खोतीगांव हांगासर हे बर्ड फेस्टिवलान जायते NGO वेगवेगळी कॉलेजींतलीं भुरगीं तशेंच जायते एक्सपर्ट तशेंच आमचे फॉरेस्ट डिपार्टमेंटांतले सुद्दां लोक हांगा आसा जे आमकां फूल गायड करतले आनी हो इव्हेंट जो आसा जो दर वर्सा जाता आमच्या गोंयांत आनी अंदूचो तो 8वो तर आमचे पळोवपाक विसरूं नाका आनी आमच्या बरोबर जोडून रावात दूरदर्शनाच्या संगतान न्हय एलरॉय?
Yes, folks, the early bird catches the worm, so make sure you're there nice and early and catch all the action with the DD team.
एलरॉय उलयलो नोडल ऑफिसर बर्ड फेस्टिवलाचो अंकित कुमार हांचे कडेन.
Well, we are at the inaugural ceremony of the Bird Festival of Goa, which is celebrating the 8th edition, and I am with this Mr. Ankit Kumar, who is the nodal officer for the entire event. Sir, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us at DD. Could you tell us a little bit more about the event and what is happening?
Yeah, so the 8th Bird Festival, it's the 8th edition of Bird Festival. It's happening from 17 to 19 January 2025. To this time we have kept it in a hybrid mode. That is, inaugural event is at Panji, but the main event and all the side events are spread across the state, but the main event is happening at Kotigaon Wildlife Sanctuary.
Okay, what can people expect when they go to Kotigaon for the festival?
Kotigaon, there are very beautiful trails and you can expect all kind of diversity of birds. And apart from that, the ecotourism complex where the main venue is, it's scenic in itself and it's a very pleasant experience staying there.
Right. This is the 8th edition of the festival. How has the festival grown for you, and what is the progress that has been made so far?
Yeah, first in the terms of number of delegates that are registering for the festival, it was started to close to 50, but this time we have registered around 120 delegates.
Wow.
So that has seen an increase. And then we have done this festival across the wildlife areas of Goa. Last year it was scheduled in Panjim, the main festival, but this time we have decided to do it in South Goa.
Okay.
So that promote ecotourism, wildlife ecotourism in South Goa.
Okay, so we're promoting wildlife tourism or
Yeah,
ecotourism.
bird tourism.
Yes, that's excellent. So before we let you go, sir, what is something that people can look forward to when they come to the festival? It's a free festival for all. So your message to people who are watching this
My
program.
message to people of Goa is to come and celebrate the bird life diversity of Goa.
Yes, thank you so much. That was Mr. Ankit Kumar, and we thank him for his time, and we wish you all the very best for the festival.
Thank you.
Yes.
I also am a wildlife photographer. I like to spend a lot of time in the wild, but unfortunately, in last year, I have not been able to spend that type of quality time. When you talk about birds, I was just talking about this Malabar Trogan, and in my constituency also, we have to develop a trail, and people come here, but there has to be a very focused approach because people cannot be, people should not come and get lost, and we need to have that type of a system in place. All of them, Sujiji and all of them were trying to put a bird atlas in place, which is very important, so that you actually understand the whole pattern and then you can have a very focused approach in moving forward. And these activities the government should support in a way in which you also know at what time, which time, and which are the seasons in which what is visible, so that it becomes very easy for us and especially for photographers who come specially to take exotic pictures of exotic species of birds. What we need to showcase, I think, is something we all have to put our minds to, so that the approach of the department and people and enthusiasts who come from far away and to this beautiful place of ours and state of Goa, and there'll be lots more to showcase and show people, and it will create a different type of interest of people in the wildlife sanctuaries and wildlife areas. We should actually come and support all these people who want to, from the private sector, who want to come together and who are experts in their respective fields, and this will really throw light on a lot of things and actually what is happening in the state of Goa. And we should also engage and bring in more students and other people, and send them on these birding trails, create that type of interest among the younger community. I think Goa has put its foot forward in doing things in a different way. We all must come together and take experts from outside the state of Goa also and see what is happening in other states, how they are developing their, the overall ecosystem, and something really interesting. And we receive good inputs from all of you so that we are able to engage using those inputs in a much better way so that we can create a much better festival next year.
Preeti Soiru caught up with the director of the Kotigaon Wildlife Sanctuary, Mr. Damodar Salalkar, who spoke to her about the festival.
म्हणटा सर तुमकां येवकार तुमी हे बर्ड फेस्टिवल म्हाका दिसता दर वर्सा मनयता आमच्या गोंयान आनी अंदूचें हें 8वें वर्स. ह्या बर्ड फेस्टिवला बद्दल थोडें कितें म्हायती आमच्या दर्शकांक.
ह्या वर्सा आमी फॉरेस्ट म्हणजे बर्डींग वायल्ड म्हणून आमची थीम आसा आनी आमी खोतीगांव वायल्ड लायफ सँच्युरींत हो प्रोग्राम करता. आतां हातूंत कशें आसा की एक्सपर्ट सेशन्स आसात, मागीर थोडे बर्ड टॉक्स आसा, एक्सपर्टाचे टॉक्स आसात, मागीर बर्ड वॉक्स आसात, गायडेड बर्ड वॉक्स, ताचे आमी भुरग्यांक किंवा तशेंच जे कोण एल्डर्स आसात तांकां बर्ड्स दाखयतात फॉरेस्टांतले, ताची इम्पॉर्टन्स सांगतात. आनी ह्या वर्सा आमी आनी एक उपक्रम हे केला तो म्हणल्यार की आमी बर्डींग एज अ लायवलीहूड म्हणून कॉन्सेप्ट हे केला. जो बर्डींग टुरिजम आसा ताका एक लायवलीहूड कोणाकय घेवपाक मेळचें अशें म्हणून. सो तशें आमी कांय जे लोक जे करतात ह्या फिल्डान काम करतात तांकां हाडून लोकांक तांचे कडल्यान लेक्चर दितात. सो ताणें कितें जातलें की लोकां भितरय अवेरनेस जातली. तशेंच ह्या बर्ड फेस्टिवलाचो मेन एम इतलोच आसता की लोकांची कन्जर्वेशना वयच्यान चड इंट्रस्ट वचचो आनी लोकांनी कन्जर्वेशनाक हेल्प करचें, बर्ड हॅबिटेट्स वाचोवचे.
गोंयान चालू आशिल्ल्या 8th बर्ड फेस्टिवलाक एलरॉय उलयलो इंद्रजीत घोडपडे हांचे कडेन. तो एक फोटोग्राफर. आयकुया कितें म्हणटा तो.
Give us a little bit of an insight about the festival that's happening out here, sir.
I believe that conservation is 80% education, awareness, and sensitizing the people that they make conservation a part of a people's movement, because that I think is in the end going to be the difference between success and failure. You have to make conservation inclusive. The human element is very important. Just trying to save the tiger without involving the humans, or trying to save birds without involving the locals is a very difficult task. So what I try to do with my conservation is conservation education, and conservation awareness. So conservation awareness and education means that we need to actually real time show them what birds look like, what are their habits, what is their breeding, give them interesting stories so that the viewer can be subconsciously made to give importance to conservation and also take pride in our natural world. So my goal and my mission is basically to um, make conservation a people's movement, and my mantra is that conservation through education is the key.
Preeti Soiru caught up with Dr. Madhura Bandekar, who was a keynote speaker on the inaugural function at the 8th edition of the Goa Bird Festival.
We have a project and त्याच्यान 3 parts आसा. First one is about sensitizing the BMCs, the biodiversity management committees, which are there along the coasts of coastal panchayats of Goa. Then in which we are creating awareness and we are getting information of where the nests are located, and we'll find out where they are, whether they are on tree, whether they are on in any disturbed areas or any such thing. Second part is about ecology. We are taking information using phone apps and actually making visits to understand what is the what are the birds are doing, whether they are laying eggs and how many chicks are hatching, whether the numbers of the birds are increasing or what is the status, and whether where their nests are located, whether it is disturbed in any there is any kind of disturbance, noise disturbance or vehicular movements, human movements, agriculture, fire, waste, असे सगळे आम्ही इन्फॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करता. आणि थर्ड आसा ते एक्चुअली तेजे बायोलॉजी की कितले चिक्स आसता, कितले सर्वायव जाता. सो बेसिकली ह्या प्रोजेक्टातून आमकां कळटलें की कितले आसा हांगा वायट बेलीड सी इगल्स. Actually this bird is not of very much concern if you look at the global populations, but in India, according to some recent reports, the numbers are declining, and also in other states close by like Maharashtra and Karnataka, some studies have already taken place. In Kerala also new study has taken place, and they have found the number of nests are declining because this bird requires huge tall trees to build its nest. And these huge tall trees are disappearing from our coast, and so they don't have a place to build their nests, and they mate for life. So once they build one nest, they use it for their entire life, and the chicks come out and they grow, they mature after 6 years or something like that. So itlo time hota before the chick can actually start becoming another adult. So that is the problem. So we need to understand what is the status and why the numbers, whether the numbers are growing or declining.
Well, there you have it, folks. All that is happening at the inaugural ceremony out here at the 8th edition of the Goa Bird Festival. Along with Preeti Soiru, this is Alroy telling you to stay tuned to DD Goa as we bring to you all that is happening at the Kotegaon Wildlife Sanctuary over the next few days of the Bird Festival. Exclusive talks and interviews with keynote speakers along with what can be watched and seen. That is what we shall be bringing to you. Stick around and do not go anywhere. For DD Goa, this is Alroy signing off saying take care and see you soon.